We're live!
Can you believe it?
Yeah.
It feels like it's been 5 years.
I know. Truly.
Oh, I wish I could change this chair.
So happy that we're back.
And I'm happy that things are working out better.
Yes.
For you, yes.
Holy cow. Talk about, it was like a tornado of events.
Yeah.
Really, really super busy.
Yeah. And it's actually a lot of people are going through what you're going through in different ways, but
Yes.
we're all going through stuff.
That's kind of what you were saying.
Yes. And it's going to continue for a little while longer.
Yeah.
Almost done. Almost done.
All right. So let's see who is joining us today. Aloha to you too. Picturing flowers, lots of flowers.
Yeah, I'm picturing cookies.
I like your visualization better. All right. So, hello.
Hi, Mario. Nana Rosebud.
Okay, so we had a fabulous intuitive ability class.
That was fun, wasn't it?
Much
That was so much fun.
I
Hi,
loved
Lori.
it. Getting to hear from everybody.
Yeah.
All these different activities that we did that night.
It was it's always fun like that when you get to be around people, like-minded people, you know, that know the philosophy kind of, or new to it.
Yeah.
Doesn't really matter, but yeah.
It's a lot of fun to see what different people were picking up on during the activities that we're doing and discovering their psychic abilities. So, intuition. It was very cool.
And what else is coming up?
Okay, so we have, back by popular demand, Dreamweaver 2.
Oh, there we go.
Yes.
Yeah. I love those classes.
Yes.
Don't forget to bring your dreams. Bee!
Yeah, so that
Bee was a minister in the office with us. We were with Sylvia.
And what else? Yes, she was. Yes. So fun to have our friends.
Yes, exactly.
From classic times to new times, right?
Exactly.
Yes. So yeah, we also have some evenings with Angus coming up, and those are always, you just never know what information is going to come through for us from the other side, from him, what messages that he has for you.
Right.
So the one that we have that's coming up next, I believe, is Life Between Lives. That'll be next month in October.
That's always a good class too. Well, not class, but event.
Yeah. And then at the beginning of the year, smack dab, as we bring in the new year, is going to be What's New in
2022. Yeah, that was so much fun last year too. Yes.
It's like a new tradition that we have. So
and then we are having another class in...
We want to have it
November.
Oh, November. That's the Dreamweaver. No. Oh, the Halloween class. Do we have our poll out?
Yes, we do. We do.
So what you can do is you can be a part of our poll of what this Halloween topic for that class is going to be about, and you can find
We're calling it a party.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. So you can come dressed for the party. And so
Good for you, Nana Rose.
you can find our poll, and it's going to be under community.
Yes.
So you can let us know what
you're interested in.
Yeah, and then we'll see which one wins.
Yeah.
So we'll do that.
Hi, Sammy. Oh, wait till I tell you about a dream I had with you.
They're always interested.
Yeah. All right. I think that's about it for this year, because I mean, holidays are coming up, so people are going to be busy.
Quick. Yeah.
But, you know, that is really the time that we need to be together and, you know, be around each other and not console, but, you know, just be around like-minded people because of the stress of the holidays. Yeah.
Guys, it helps so
Hi, Purple Blaze.
much. It helps so much when we can do that.
Yes.
It's like being in a desert and you get an oasis and a fresh drink of water.
Yes, that's what it is.
It's that spiritual fulfillment that we can get from each other.
Oh, I need to do my hair.
Okay. So without further ado, we have a fabulous Birthmark Bonanza happening today. Birthmarks all over the place.
Yeah. There was good ones in there that I saw. Yeah. I mean, they're all good. Yeah. But these ones, I just went like, yep, that one, and yep, that one.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when I see them, it's like I'm not getting anything, so I just move on. Yeah.
But then sometimes you come back to
Oh,
that. and then
definitely.
you-
I always. You're
yeah,
right.
It just
You're
depends
right.
on what you're picking up for that day, that
Right.
time.
Right.
So now let's go see who we want to start off with, Vera.
Okay.
Did you want to begin with Ultimate?
Oh, yes.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and read the
Okay.
first birthmark question. It's from Ultimate GX. And their question
Ooh.
is,
Sorry.
did you want to say something?
No,
Are you sure?
I think I want to do 7 too.
Okay, great.
But not, I mean, maybe with the podcast or something. Oh, it's already answered. Never
Yes.
mind. Because I was going, ooh, that one's good too.
Yeah.
See, it's already answered. Okay, sorry.
Okay, so Ultimate GX's question is, I searched the witch mark on the internet. I have one of those markings, an extra skin on my underarm that pops up.
Skin tag.
Does it mean my past life is a witch? Honestly, I was fascinated about witchcraft, even though I was a male. Witches are my always favorite characters in stories, fairy tale, or anime. I have this anger towards religions, especially Christianity, for teaching that their God is pure love, but the truth is it wasn't. So Vera, we would love to know about Ultimate GX's
Okay.
birthmark.
I don't think we answered him before. Why do I feel like I have? Anyway, because I already have. Okay, so what I get for you, Ultimate GX, is, and first of all, you know, this part about God, for the Christianity, for teaching that their God is pure, but the truth it wasn't. But God is pure. It's what humans do and pervert what God is about. Yeah.
Absolutely, they do that to promote their own agenda.
Right.
But
and say it's under God. It's
Right.
in God's name. Yeah.
yeah,
Okay, so your past life is quite interesting to me anyway, and I'm sure to you. But you, my dear one, started out immersed in religion because your father wanted you to go into the seminary. And I guess in those days, they put you in there when you're like 6, 7 years old, very young.
Wow.
Talk about indoctrination. But yeah, so your father, because he knew how your mother, your grandmother was, your great grandfather was, they were into healing. They were into, you know, they were helping people intuitively, they were counseling people. So they were doing all this stuff that now is becoming a witch hunt.
Right.
So your father wanted you to get away from your mother's side of the family. So he put you into this,
Oh, I see.
I don't know what you call it. It's not a seminary,
Like a
but
missionary, or like a, not an orphanage, but like
whatever.
like
You
a-
would live there with
yeah.
a priest. Yeah.
an abbey or something.
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like that. But went to school and all that stuff. But to be a priest. And I believe it was Catholic, but it wasn't in the United States. It was in Germany, actually. Is what I pick
Really?
up. Yeah, Germany.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, so you went under the tutelage of the, what is it, a bishop? That's in the cardinals don't stay in the things. It was a bishop that you were so smart that you picked up everything, you know, really easily, and it just came out of you because you're so intuitive. Yet they didn't know what that. They didn't think you know, they don't like that
Right.
stuff.
Yeah.
So they never thought that you were like that, especially because you came to them so young. You know, they just kind of get it out of your head.
Right.
But so you got old enough to where the bishop set you up with, I don't know if it was a cardinal, but someone higher. And then that's when the witch hunt started.
Oh no.
So they started looking at witches and
Oh,
stuff.
God.
So they
Oh,
wanted
my
you
God.
to go with this person because they were the one that was in charge of the trials, I guess you call it.
Oh my.
So you were going
gosh.
around the country with him in Germany, but you thought that you were doing good for the church, that you were taking evil away. Right?
Oh my
But then you started seeing,
gosh.
like, wait a minute. You started seeing what they were doing, and you started seeing how they were torturing people, and you started, because, you know, you were like, wait a minute, it didn't feel right to you. It just felt so wrong. And not knowing that you have a history of psychic healers, that,
Chills.
yeah, that kind of stuff. So, yes, let me see what else.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
in that time, and where did I do with the rest of it? Oh, here. So, you were conflicted at first because you're going, but these are bad people. But then intuitively, you were going, wait a minute, I know that person's not bad.
Yeah, you can feel it.
Yeah. So, they took you to your village.
I was wondering if that was
Where you
my
grew up, where you were
gosh.
born, where your mother and grandmother are. And that's when you said, this is the last straw. I know they're not evil. Because you were 6, but you still remember.
I still remember.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, well, you go first.
Okay. Do you have a question or?
I do.
Go.
Did the family know it was the child grown up?
No.
They didn't recognize.
No.
Okay.
Not at first.
Oh my gosh.
But they did.
This is a really good
Yeah. Yeah. So when you went into your village, you're like, no, this is not going to happen. And you were probably 16, 17. You still were in your teens kind of thing. But you were saying to yourself, nope, this is not right.
Oh.
And the thing that really helped you too was the people of the village loved your mother and your grandmother. Someone else from they traveled, you know how they travel in and out of places,
Right.
saw them doing what they were doing and turned them in. It wasn't
Right.
the people of your village that turned them in, which usually is the case.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
so they didn't. So, so secretly, whenever everyone was asleep, you started rounding up people of the village to take these people down.
Really?
Yes. Yes, because you were going like, no, I'm done. I'm no longer a part of this church. I'm no
gosh,
longer,
it's
because how could you say this is in the name of God?
No doubt.
thing.
Good for you.
So that's where that conflict with church, religion and kind of stuff that you say you feel in this lifetime. So, so you actually saved your mom and your grandmother. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. So that what you want to remember about that birthmark is that you make a stand, no matter if because you knew you were gonna get in trouble for it.
Right.
Right. You're gonna be arrested and all that because they were gonna come back after them if they didn't see that guy that was in charge of the trials around, and they knew something was wrong.
Right.
So they went and investigated and all that stuff. But that is supposed to make you remember to make a stand and to remember the love of your mother, your grandmother, your great-grandfather, and even in this lifetime, your great-grandfather from that German lifetime is around you all the time.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that gave me
that's
chills
so
too.
Cool.
Yeah, he watches over you.
Wow. That is like an amazing and awesome story.
Yeah.
You go, Ultimate GX. Good for you. Like, that is such a cool story in their soul's journey, as we all do. But it's like, that's great because, here, Ultimate GX, they charted to end up on the other side of the Inquisition, basically. And then what were they going to do with it?
Yeah, because and I don't know if it was just Germany that was just starting, but it hadn't been going on long. It was just starting to take momentum. And in this lifetime, or in this part in Germany, they were burning people. Yeah. After they tortured them.
Got you.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that would
You go.
Yeah.
That was awesome, I thought.
That was very, very cool.
Yeah, but
See?
they had to leave the village after that. 'Cause,
Oh, heck yeah. They're on the run.
Literally.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's like, it's just such an awesome, just an awesome mark to carry that. We don't realize it when we first see our birthmarks or our beauty marks or what have you, and then moles, and then we find this out, and it's like, oh yeah, I earned every inch of that one.
And if this, like, being a witch or the witch trials, if you resonated resonate to it, you know you were there. Because you
yeah.
wouldn't have that feeling like, oh man, I feel like I was there.
Yeah, it makes so
Yeah.
much sense because of what's going on in the world. We need to be back in because we know how it feels, and then we can stand up for those that are being persecuted
Exactly.
at this time.
And then we had one question on how we were going to do it.
Okay, so Vera, who's next?
Well,
I know we have one right down here. Did you want to do the other birthmark first?
what now?
Do you want
Hello.
to do the other birthmark before this question?
No, go ahead. We can do
All
it
right.
in
We'll
between.
do it in between. Okay. All right, Nana. So we have one of your questions here. Great, she's with us.
Okay.
All right, Nana. So Nana's question is, I was wondering if future lives can have an influence on you in this life. It sounds silly, but I'm really influenced and in love with Indian clothes, food, and traditions. Or could it be spirit guides, helpers, or helping angels?
It's called chart. It's whatever you want to experience. And from different lifetimes, you want to experience more of that culture sometimes. So that way you'll realize that it's maybe in the future too, but you've had it in a past life as well. So future lives, yeah, they influence us because it's just part of our soul. We already know we're going to be going and doing that.
Exactly.
You know. So yes, it all comes together. It all wraps up into a tiny little bow.
It's so perfect.
But it's chart. It's what we want to experience.
And it's interesting too, because how we do in this life with our lessons, we can do so good that we gain the, what do you call it? I don't want to say the merit, but the strength and ability to be able to do future missions.
Yes, exactly.
So the better we do with our lessons, sometimes the more that we take on, then we gain that.
Especially if we had a challenging one that was a lot of trials and tribulations, but then you want to experience it again to see what you can do better.
Yeah.
Even though you may have done great there, you just want to see how much more you could experience.
Yeah.
We just love it on the other side.
Yeah. And
Until we come here.
It's fascinating because we have this counsel on the other side that a lot of times, we have to go through before we even come into life. And we want to make sure that in our, let's say, portfolio of lives, right, that we can show that we can do this, whatever it is. Because sometimes they're like, okay, look, that's too much. We have to cut down on some of the challenges in your life chart so that, and then we don't get to do all the missions and all these things that we want to do. So, great question.
And sometimes we go, oh no,
Well,
we can do that. Come on, give us a chance. We can do it.
Yeah, and then we come into life and we're like, this is the worst.
And there's no way I charted that.
Yeah, right.
Everybody says that. Yeah. Okay, so we want to do what else? And we're going to do Tamika on a podcast, right? Bullen?
Yes.
Okay.
So Tamika Bullen has an awesome question, and that's going to be in our podcast later on today on our website.
Yes, you're right. Purple Blaze, very different.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? In case you don't see the comments, it's religion and God, definitely two different things.
Different things, exactly.
Okay. Vera, did you want to do this birthmark next or a different one? Okay.
All right.
You ready?
Yes.
All right. Okay, near to you. This question is, I have a red heart-shaped birthmark the size of a human fist on the center of my back. What does it mean?
Oh, I love this one too.
Ooh, this is really interesting.
Yes. So near to you, you were female in a Civil War past life, and it was right at the beginning of the Civil War. And you wanted to help. You wanted to help, so you joined a group of women that went to camps to help the men that were injured, or just to help do cooking, or whatever women did back then, right? So she was young. She was like 15, 16, something like that. But you had this determination that you just were not going to sit around and embroider and do that stuff waiting for the men to come home.
She's like, I'm there.
She had drive, and she had a mission.
She really wanted to help.
Yeah. So, and she knew nothing about nursing. She knew nothing about, not even cooking or anything, because you kind of came from a privileged environment,
Wow.
which was even why it was more. People were your family were going like, "Oh no way, you're not going." Like, no, you don't. We don't do that.
Because she didn't have to.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
she didn't, but she went.
What guts.
Yeah, she was determined. And so you were helping in battle and all that. And what you were really great at, it wasn't the cooking, it wasn't the sewing or whatever they had you do, but it was how you helped the men that were wounded. And you just innately knew how to help them. And it wasn't necessarily medically, but it was, like you calmed them. You said words that they needed to hear. You were just, they called you their angel.
Oh.
Yeah, it was so awesome. But one night, the camp was attacked.
Oh no.
And so you, sweet one, got a gun and was preparing to help, get things done.
Right.
And apparently you were focused on something that's happening in front of you, and behind you there was somebody coming to shoot you.
Oh.
Somehow, I don't know how they got behind her, or else she was facing the other way. I don't know how that is. But you had your back to someone that was ready to shoot you. And one of the men that were injured, could barely get up.
Oh my God.
Could barely get up. He was so wounded. But because of the adrenaline and all that good stuff, he jumped up right in time to take it in the back for you.
Oh my
And
God.
then as he was dying, he was telling her, "I love you. Keep going," or something like that.
I'm not crying.
When he fell on top of you, what's right here? His heart.
Oh.
So you have the heart of the men to remind you of what you did and how you were and how kind you were, and just knew exactly what to say or how to hold a wound, or it was just amazing how you were. People are amazing. We just don't hear a lot about it, right?
Awesome.
So so you want to remember your compassion for people and the strength that you have in difficult situations.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is so awesome
Yeah.
and amazing.
Yeah, I love that one. These
Good.
two were like really good.
Wow. It's really so cool.
Yeah.
You go near to you. We have so many warriors.
Yeah,
Huh?
yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, that is really beautiful. What is a better story than these testaments of strength and will and love?
I know.
It's just awesome. Wow.
Oh, I love Last of the Mohicans too.
Yeah, that's a powerful movie. Oh my gosh, I feel like I just got back from Civil War battle
And the witch trials.
Inquisition in Germany.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Hi, Sophia.
Yeah, we have one of yours we're going to answer.
We do have a Sophia question. Let me go find it in here.
I think it's really something about spiritual high.
Yes, we were going to do that.
She goes, "Vera, do you know what a spiritual high is?" Yes. Yes. Because do you mean a spiritual high or being spiritually higher? There's difference. Spiritual high can come from when you hear a story like this, or you're being told something in maybe a reading, or someone's telling you something that has to do with spirituality or your growth, then you get euphoric. You have those, God, what is that?
Feels like bliss.
No, I know, but there's a name for it. Serotonin?
Oh, yeah, a serotonin flush.
Something like that. I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah,
Rush?
I forget all these names. Yeah, so that's what it's like. Or if you are in a place that you see something that you feel, or like you're going to maybe a retreat and you see this beautiful tree or something, that can give you euphoria.
Yeah.
So that's what a spiritual high is. After you have a regression, you get a spiritual high. After you get your birthmarks told, you get a little spiritual euphoria. Same with regressions. You're high, or going to classes or retreats where you're around people for so long. You're in a spiritual high, and then you have to go home.
Yeah, and it's hard to sleep when you're there, right? When we have our events and stuff, it's hard to sleep because we're on the spiritual high and connecting with everyone.
Right.
And it is kind of hard.
And it could be
going home.
addictive too, though, because I had a client that was like that. It was addicted to that high.
That's a good high to be addicted to.
I know, but not really, because
yeah.
all she wanted to do was be in regression,
Yeah.
you know, and you can't do that. You have to live your life. Yeah.
Exactly. We hear that.
You're here now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're welcome.
So, yeah, that is really cool. Yeah, it's so interesting too because sometimes after that high, we can get depressed on the other side of it, right?
Does our podcast have closed captioning? I don't know.
I'm not sure about that.
I know we have to, you know, people have to step up because people that can't hear or, you know, they have to be able to read and see what's going on.
Because I've never seen that option on there. Like,
I don't either.
You would think it would be.
We'll look into it.
But yeah, it's so interesting because that happens too, that sometimes after you have a past life regression, right? Or you go to the other side in your hypnosis session, it can be, you can feel depressed afterwards.
Yes.
Like you were just saying, coming down. Because that's how I felt after my first regression I ever had. I was depressed for 2 weeks.
I had a lady follow me around every city I went to. She was wealthy.
Oh my gosh, so she really had that spiritual high that she's like, okay,
and she was
give me some.
She was like, she goes, I don't want to come back. She goes, can you take me somewhere that I don't come back? And I'm like, no.
You're like, I have some powers, but not that kind.
Yeah. And then finally I had to just not do regressions for her anymore. You just can't. It's not healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, that's where your etiquette comes in.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of individuals I would imagine that wouldn't. They'd be like, okay, yeah, just come on in, you know?
Yeah.
So
and I kept telling her,
it's
you have to wait. You
You
should wait a while after you have a regression. You don't do them one after the other kind of thing.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So,
I think that was it.
yeah.
Right?
Yes. Now we are going to do, because Sophia, you have so many good questions about like our chart,
Spirituality,
and how does our body affect our
I feel very
life.
low.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Mutt and Jeff. Go ahead. I
we
digress.
love you too. Oh, that was your text.
That was my niece. My niece was telling me she loved me
Well,
on a text.
I
love you too, Tara.
Well, anyways. Okay, but anyway, so you have so many good questions that we want to do a class on
charts.
Yeah, on charts. That maybe January, right?
From being on the other side to writing your chart to living your chart.
Yeah. So we'll keep you posted on that one, but we want to do that. We'll have some of your questions there because that's awesome.
Yeah.
Lots of good questions. Okay, Vera, was there anything else that we wanted to address?
I don't think so. That was because we're going to do our Tarot Angel Crystal next on the next.
Or a past life in angels, something like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And then we still have our podcast and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so glad to be back.
I know.
And the podcast will be live on our website at Essie Loves You a little bit later on.
You're correct, Purple Blaze, about the closed captioning. It comes from YouTube, not us. We have that option already on there, but if they don't add it, we can't do anything about it. I mean, I guess I would complain if it's not happening.
And Nana has a great question about spiritual DNA because we
definitely have it.
Yeah, we have it on our soul, and we also have because of cell memory.
We've talked about that before.
Right.
Yeah. We all have our spiritual DNA within. That's why we kind of know what's going to be happening, but why we go to psychics or other people or astrology is because we want to be validated.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So that's why you utilize your inner strength. That's right after this.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're doing the leap with you after this show.
Exactly.
All right. Well, we love you all. Thank you so much for joining us, for bringing your great questions,
Oh, let's not start talking about demonic here, Lori. No. No, if you're spiritually inclined, you may have negativity, pushed at you, but no. You don't have a demonic influence just because you're spiritual or you're open to spirituality. No, that I don't know. Let's not start scaring people because that's not what happens. Yeah.
Always
Just
good
wanted to say that.
Always good to have
Yeah.
protect ourselves.
We're stronger than negativity. It's
Yes.
just sometimes we believe it, or we're so, traumatized by what had been happening in our life so far that we're kind of low down in the dumps, and that adds to the negativity.
Absolutely.
But we are stronger than
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely. The light in spirit and energy.
Oh,
is
she's
always
talking about
strong.
being drunk. I'm sorry, I didn't see that one. Drunk? Who's drunk? Oh, I don't know. I can't see it. It must have been up there somewhere.
Okay.
Sorry, I didn't see that part. But yeah, if you're talking about the alcohol influence, but let's not use demonic. Come on, yeah. I wondered if drinking can make you see. Well, it does lower your resistance. And if you're resisting your spirituality and don't want to see ghosts, then you may.
All right.
But actually, your defenses are lowered when you're intoxicated,
Right.
Or under the influence of any, not to be high.
Right.
Is what I'm talking about. If you have to take medication, that's different.
Yeah. And on the note of that's
Got it, Lori.
of spirits and everything, don't forget to go to our community so that we can see what you feel about the Halloween special that we want to
And
do.
I heard some guy go, "Don't forget to smash our like button."
Yeah, smash it. We love you all. And Vera?
Journey with us.